Hi, and welcome to Vtuber Talks with Acapelisa. I'm here with Shiro. Welcome, Shiro. How are you doing?
Hello. What up, lovely crew and the people at home? Hello, Lisa.
Hello. First thing, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a Fox Girl Android. I have had many different iterations over time, and by that I mean I started out as a satellite, a communication satellite launched off into space in 1962. And that was called Telstar 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I came back, I was built into an android, and I finally gained my sentience. I gained my inner truth by by looking at certain websites on the internet that I cannot mention here because it would get banned and it would get cut.
No.
But that's okay. It's okay. And then when I saw VTubers online, I was like, oh my gosh, we can spread happiness this way. And so I reinvented myself, and here I am, here to spread happiness. Because when you see this face, you know it's time for Shiro's Gremlin Hours, and you know things are about to get kind of wild with, and I'm sorry I didn't have coffee today.
You're trying to get off coffee. That's a good thing, right?
I am. I'm trying very hard. But yes, I like making friends and spreading positive and comfy vibes. I really like my streams. They're very variety oriented, and I place a very heavy focus on my chat, my crew, my friends that I make along the way. Because, like, to be honest, I'm a casual gamer and professional at running my mouth and hopefully engaging people along the way and making them happy. Because, like, if I can make somebody smile, then that's a day that hasn't been wasted.
How did you come up with your name? Other than the VTuber part, that's pretty self-explanatory. But Shiro, how did you come up with Shiro?
So the Vtbr part, there actually was a fun story behind that.
Oh yeah.
And I tried to type in Shiro, and that was like taken like 50 million times over.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, well, shit. I was kind of intent on that being my name. and so then I was like, I remembered that Iron Mouse had like a little dash in her name, like a little underscore semicolon dude. And I was like, why didn't I just do that? I mean, it's very well established, seeing as who did it. So I'll do that and make it look kind of robot-y, like a robot call sign or something. And then I did it. And then when I looked at her channel the next time, I was like, wait, what? Where's the underscore or whatever? And then I remembered I imagined it. And I was like, awesome. So, like, as for the Shiro part, I was trying to come up with a name for myself, and I was like, self, what do you want to be called? And I was like, I was playing near Automata, and there was this gigantic freaking robot boss called Roshi, and I just was like, and I went just reverse that, and I was thinking Shiro. And then all of a sudden, like, it came to me. It came to me in a flash, in a dream. And wait, not really. It was more like a daydreamer. Actually, more like just a thought that I had randomly. But basically, at that point, I remembered, like, my favorite, or one of my favorite anime characters was Shiro from Dead Man Wonderland. And a lot of people say I have a very similar personality.
Makes
and
sense.
Not only that, but there was also this like adorable little fox Shiro from Simco-san. And I was like, you know what? That's it, boys. We got it.
When did you start streaming? Like what time
When
frame?
did I start streaming? That is a very complex question that has a very simple answer. I debuted on March 10th of 2021 at approximately 2:30 p.m.
Damn,
Eastern
that's
Standard
so
Time
specific.
when I first uploaded my my video, my debut video on YouTube, and it's super trash. Like, please don't go looking for it because, like,
you know that means
I
people
literally
will, right?
spent no time editing it. I spent no time editing it, like, at all. Did the whole thing in one take. No effects, no screen changes, nothing. And it took me approximately like 35 minutes to get the video right and in one take. And it took me about an hour to upload it. And then it was uploaded March 10th of 2021 at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then one day later, you want to know what happened after that?
What?
What happened after that one day later was I streamed for the very first time.
Nice.
And I streamed Darkest Dungeon. And at like 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when I streamed Darkest Dungeon for the first time. And no one showed up. At all. The second stream, when I streamed Omori, I honestly look at that as kind of my first true stream because that was when my buddies, my homies, Wolf and Frog showed up, and they were my first two followers, and I loved them very much. Aww. Shout out to Wolf and Frog!
And what got you into streaming to begin with?
Let me set the stage a little bit. If we go back to like May or June of 2020, and I was in kind of a bad place in my life. I was very unhappy for numerous circumstances and such. And I was just basically I hit rock bottom more or less. And so then I saw a it was a YouTube video by Noble Senpai at Lost Pause. And he was doing this playthrough with 4 VTuber girls. And I was like, huh, what are VTubers? I've never heard of those. And so then I watched them and just like automatically like fell in love with Silverveil and started watching her. And it actually brought me out of my funk. And I actually started feeling happy again. And so then I was just kind of like, dang, this is actually a really powerful medium to bring change about in like a good way and be able to influence and impact people. So I just decided to start streaming and figured that if I could make people feel happy like I was happy, then you know, that would be something worthwhile.
What made you want to be a VTuber as opposed to using a face cam? Was it like just seeing those people, or was there anything else that influenced it, or?
Yeah, the other thing that kind of influenced that decision is I am just very, very self-conscious and very, very, very shy. That's basically what goes into that. And so I guess it was one of those things of I wanted to present what I felt was an ideal of me and like not some of the things that I was more self-conscious about, if that makes sense.
Have you ever done or are you ever planning to do a face reveal, and why?
No, I will just say straight up no, just simply because I am much too shy and much too scared to do that. Not only that, but like it's the whole thing of I do want to protect my personal identity and such as that because
yeah,
well, you know,
How did you come up with your original character design?
Okay, so fun story.
Mm-hmm.
One of my close friends was playing Seventh Dragon years ago in 2018, and basically they were like, "Yo, do you want to be represented in the party that I'm making? Because I'm representing quite a few other friends in the party." And I was like, "Yo, my homie hooked me up with that shit." And he just they sent me this picture uh, of a bunch of classes that they thought I might want to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Yo, look at that one. That looks hot and cool." And like, it was the Rune Knight, the red Rune Knight that was kind of like the Atlantean cat person. Like, I didn't know they were a cat person. I thought it was a fox at the time because I've always really liked foxes. And that was where like the red hair and the well, never mind. You can figure out. Anyways, and
The
everything else
plot.
came from, and
The plot
then
came from.
then I was
Yes.
yes, that was where the plot came from. Because as you know, folks, it's like they say, the plot was excellent, and the story was nice too. So then I was like, what goes good with red hair? Yellow eyes. That's a contrasting color. That looks nice. And then I was just like, what kind of clothes do I find hot? And I, I'm just kind of like I'm kind of like this old scene, like all the kids nowadays are like, yo, you're old, and I'm just like, damn right, respect
Wow.
your elders, chill. so like, so I just dress myself as like the hot topic person that I am.
Who are the artists that put together your OC or your model?
I'm gonna just because now, not to pat myself on the back or anything, but I actually, I actually made my first model in Vroid. I called it the V1 model, via V1 body, and it was highly scuffed. Very highly scuffed, which is to be expected since I made it myself. But then I gave the lovely and talented and wonderful Misto a picture of it along with a very terrible doodle that I drew of what I wanted changed. And Misto was just like, "Yo, fam, I got you." And she then made the reference sheet that I use so often nowadays. Yes, fun fact for you, my reference sheet actually came after my model. I commissioned Vtuber Mom I candies or I can dies. That sounds much worse, but we'll go with eye candies. On Fiverr, I was like, "Hey, can you please upgrade me into a V2 form?" And she was like, "Yo, VTuber Mom here to the rescue." And so now here I am. Here I am in glorious 3D. You can't resist this.
It's beautiful. Do you have any preferences or restrictions on what art can be made of your model?
Nope. Okay, I will put a few qualifications on that.
All right. Okay.
If it's something illegal, stay away from it, please.
Okay.
Also, if it's like graphic dismemberment or
Oh yeah.
something,
Super hella gore.
um,
Yes. None of
yeah,
that.
please, no, thank you, no, thank you to that. No, no gore, no bad things, no illegal. However, lewd, the rule of 34, if
Do you ever get self-conscious of your voice when you watch VODs or videos?
all the time. Like, sometimes I just like hear myself and the robo scuff. It just kind of makes me go like,
just makes you
but
cringe
like
or something.
the thing about it is like the robo stuff doesn't annoy me that much. It's like mildly irritating, but it's like it's not bad enough that it because like you can hear my voice and everything under it. It's just like moderately tinny and compressed. So like it doesn't bother me a huge amount. What does bother me a lot is me when I just like look back and I'm just kind of like, oh, did I actually say that?
That's common. That's common.
I just internally die a little bit because the funny thing is, like, I will just say whatever the heck comes into my head on stream. Like, I just have zero filter, like, even less so than in real life. And
I just speak the truth. Just speak the truth.
and basically, like, I will just go on autopilot. I will say the juiciest stuff that you ever did here. And that is very common. But however, I will look back at it and go, oh my gosh, why did I do that?
What makes you keep wanting to stream to this very day?
I do enjoy like making friends and like gathering up a nice community of people and just go, oh, you are mine. And it's okay with me if it's like a bit smaller of a community. As long as it's like warm and loving. I really want things to be warm and cozy and happy and nice and just things of that sort. Also I will say this, it's kind of like a long-term goal. If I ever did get to be big and strong, then then I would absolutely hella love to collab with Silvervale. But until then, I am happy in my own little corner of the cyberverse.
What do you hope to achieve during your VTubing career? Like, what are your goals and aspirations?
As for one of the things, I would definitely. It would be amazing if I could actually support myself doing this because, like, if I could actually support myself doing it, then I could stream more and get to make more friends and gather more people and have basically just support myself doing what I love, which, I mean, isn't that everyone's dream? One of the ones I wanted to do leading into this is I was like, hey, if I could at least get a few people that would be active in chat with me so that I could have fun while playing some games and basically get to make some friends and just converse with them because I really love chatting with people in the chat box and it's a very good time when it's two ways and it makes a game a lot funner in my opinion. And I was like, if I can just get a few people that would actually like to stick around and get to know me and I can know them and all that, then it would be great. And thankfully, I can actually say that that is one of the ones I have actually gotten to do, which was amazing and I love it. So thank you. And like I said, a big one in the future that may or may not happen. I would love to collab with Silver. It would be wonderful. But yeah, other than that, I will say making partner would be amazing. I cannot even describe how amazing that would be. Also, like I said, the big goal, the big overall goal though, was to basically just make people happy and make people smile with my flighty random weird content.
What is something that you have really enjoyed about being a VTuber?
The people in the community, honestly, like it. I was very, very nervous going into it, and I had heard kind of some horror stories about the VTuber rabbit hole and stuff like that, and I was just kind of like, is this going to be terrifying? Is this going to be bad? What if people hate me? And like, the thing about it was also is like, IRL, I have always been a very, very shy person. Did not have many friends, to be honest. And so basically, I was really wondering how people would react to me, and it actually like really touched me how warm and open the community was, and just how many people flooded in to support me at first. It was just unreal. And to be honest, I am still incredibly grateful for all the lovely people that I meet and support me, and that I can get to support back.
Do you have any special skills or talents?
Do I have any talents? Well, it's certainly not playing games.
All right.
I'm a filthy casual. I'm actually very good at like dismantling, repairing, and putting back together mechanical things. I really, really love old antique machines, particularly electric fans. And I am able to basically get an old, nasty, crusty fan and rip it down, strip it down to paint, take off all the rust, rewire it, repaint it, and get that bad boy up and running again. Besides that, I like wood. Wood is nice. I can refinish wood, and it's a lot harder than most people would guess. Okay,
that's just one way to say it. More out of context.
God, I also make cosplays. I have made various cosplays of various Five Nights at Freddy's characters, and have made a like game accurate Springtrap. Besides that, I am a scuba diver. I can scuba. I can also fly a small single engine prop driven airplane.
What got you into gaming in the first place?
What got me into gaming? Well, this is a very, very sad story. It's not actually sad. I just really wanted to say at some point during this interview that something was a very sad story. Because like I wanted to quip where I was like, it happened when I was 10.
Oh God, that's
so sad. Anyways, no, when I first started getting into video games, I was just a wee tyke. Okay, maybe a little older than that. It was more like middle school. But on the bus, a lot of people would play on their DS Lites. Back in the day when there was Mario Kart on the DS Lite, and you had like the little like share play feature or whatever that you can use on the DS Lite. And I was like, hey, can I play? I want free. And they were like, nah, you're stupid. Get out of here.
Wow.
Wow. And I was like on the school bus. And so then I was like, maybe if I get into the DS, then people will like me. And so
no, that's sad. That is sad, actually.
But then I went to GameStop, and my dad was like, "Yo, you can get like a video game, even though I don't like have any consoles." He still thought that games were on computers. Like, oh no. And so I walked in and was like, "Do you have a DS?" And they were like, "Yeah, that'll be like $60." My dad was like, "Nope." And then I was like, "Do you have a used one for less than that?" They were like, "Yeah, sure." And they pulled out this DS that literally had a freaking footprint on it. Like, I am not joking. Like somebody
stomped it
on it with their boot. Like, they stepped on it with their boot, and it had like this boot on the top of it.
Nice.
And like, when you flipped it over,
yeah, I'll take that one.
The screen was all
gosh. It's all messed up. Oh my gosh.
It was all floppy. And the top one barely worked. It was like cracked.
Why would they buy that? Why would the store buy that?
Like, give us
Give us $5. That's what that's worth. That's worth $5.
Listen, give us $25 for that. And I was like, does it have any of the pieces that come with it? And they were like, no. And I was like, diet plates. And he was like, all right, fine, just shut up about this. And like, I am, and so I got it, and I went to school with it, and I was so freaking proud of my like boots stuck on DS.
Half broken, crunched up.
Everyone just like laughed at me. Like, I was very sad, but I like put in the game that I got with it, which was Bionicle Tales of the Tongue.
Is that why you like Bionicle so much? Because it was like your first one.
Oh, I already liked Bionicles.
Oh, okay.
I already liked Bionicles, but I got the little Game Boy game because I was like, Bionicles, and I put that in, and I was like, yo, video games are fun. And then I got to watching YouTube, and I discovered Halo, and saved up all my Christmas money and all my birthday money. And then one day in like the early 2010s, I got an original Xbox with the very first Halo game, and the addiction just kind of spawned from there.
Do you watch anime? And if so, what are your favorite ones? I know you do watch anime, but what are your favorite ones?
I'll be off-brand because, like, I'm pretty sure at this point I legit could name more off-brand by name than actual animes, but why did I admit to that? Anyways, so as far as anime goes, I would say it would be a two-way tie between Madoka Magica and Deadman Wonderland. The only reason I don't say Higurashi, because I really loved Higurashi as well, the only reason why I don't say that is because I think the visual novels were far better than the actual anime, so I would say favorite VN is Higurashi. Well, favorite anime would be Madoka Magica or Deadman Wonderland. So, one of my very first animes, and by one of my first, I mean the first, was High School DxD. And that is probably single-handedly responsible for my descent into madness.
Isn't that, I haven't watched that, but isn't that highlight itchy?
Yes, that is itchy to the point of do not turn that on if anyone is anywhere in the immediate vicinity.
I was like, oh, what's this? I watched like less than a minute of it. I'm like, I turn off, never again. That's not what, I can't do that kind of anime. What are your favorite animals?
Foxy. I like foxes. I like foxes and wolves and Arctic foxes and huskies and like anything that's big and floofy. Anything with that nice big floof. That's adorable. They're such beautiful, majestic creatures, all of them. And if I had to pick something that wasn't a big floof dog, probably I love kitties. I love kitties. I have 3 of them. And I love kitties. I also love stingrays. They're just so weird. They have those little flappy things, and I love it. I love their little flappy things.
Like their wings.
They also, yes, their wings. Like one time when I was in the ocean on the coast, the Gulf Coast, that is, which was fairly close to where I lived at one point. I skedaddled on into the ocean and was like, oh my gosh, is that a leaf? And I just grabbed it, and the leaf started squirming, and then I screamed, and the leaf screamed. At least I think it did because its little mouth opened. And it turned out it was like a stingray, and it like went flying out of my hand when I dropped it, and it just like swam away.
I'm just surprised, just purely for the fact that there's a very large Australian icon called called Steve Irwin died from a stingray, and you just went at it, just yoink. So I'm like,
I think it can.
whoa,
I think it can sense my
excitement.
non-hostile intent
Yeah.
toward it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, besides the stingrays, I do love bugs. When I was young, I used to catch bugs all the time and just shove them in jars. And then I realized that that kills them. So I decided to poke holes in the top.
Good idea. Tiny Shiro brain. maybe air would help. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know they needed to breathe.
Okay. Everything needs to breathe, but okay.
And I used to catch all the nice cool bugs, and they were neat. I still have a collection of like a huge amount of dead bugs that are like bagged and labeled.
Oh god.
I back down in not Georgia, that's what they call Florida. They they had these grasshoppers that were black and yellow, and those things were super tight. I also at one point found this gigantic silk moth that was trapped in the factory that I work at, or well, one I transferred from, and I scooped it up into an empty box, and we're like, "Mine, be free, my child." And I like released it into the wild. It was majestic.
Wow. You kind of touched on it a little bit, but do you have any other hobbies outside of streaming?
I do. Okay, so like the things I do in the background of my other hobbies do include making and displaying bionicles and cluttering my room with them. Also
Nice.
collecting plushies and Nindoroids and other anime merch, and just really anything that I can hoard because I am a filthy hoarder.
Nice.
I also like to play dating sims that feature the most beachy of boys usually.
Nice.
I also like to restore fans and sometimes sell them. And I'm always like, yo, I'm going to get this, I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to make bank. And then I restore it, and I'm like, oh shit, this is really cool. I've got a shirt
Maybe
for
I'll
this.
keep this.
And
Yeah. maybe I'll display this too.
Yeah, and then I'm like, next time I'll sell one. And that
next time comes
that
around.
never happens.
Yep.
No, that never happens. Same thing with like everything else I do. And I play video games in the background sometimes. I am very like little known fact. I'm actually very good at Halo multiplayer, and a lot of times I would just be dunking on them boys, and then I would turn on my mic, and they would just like absolutely rage. It was hilarious. Oh yes, I like food.
Okay. Food
yes,
is good. Yes.
I like food. I am a foodie. I also cosplay. I also I do read manga. I have a nice hoarded collection of manga. And yes, I am mispronouncing that on purpose just to make people cry.
Okay.
Oh man. I suppose you could say that like all the streaming rigging is a hobby just simply because I have to work on it so much.
Yeah.
But then there is my true power, my calling, and that is just listening to just pounding heavy metal in my headset while shit posting on the internet and posting just dank memes and stuff.
Nice.
That is what I do like 90% of the time.
When you're feeling low or unmotivated or like you aren't where you want to be at in your career, what do you do to bring yourself up out of that and to motivate yourself?
So this is a fun one that I've actually struggled with recently, and that I'm still working on it. So usually what I would used to do is I would just kind of wouldn't want to get hurt, so I would just kind of like retreat inward and like not want to tell anyone anything, and I would just get super pissed off inside and just like keep getting angrier and angrier, and just random stuff, and just like lash out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a really bad situation, really unhealthy. And all in all, it just led to a lot of crying and a lot of being depressed and just a lot of not fun things in general. But now I'm trying to like do things like I said earlier, whenever I feel bad, there are certain streamers that make me feel better, or at least can make me smile, because like when I'm smiling and when I've gotten to laugh a little bit, things don't look quite so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And like at that point I can think things through more rationally, and it's like one of those things, you know, this really isn't that bad. It's really not the end of the world.
Yeah.
And and other than that, there have been people that I've made friends with more recently in the community that have become really good friends and everything. And I'm trying to open up a lot more and like talk to people a lot more and like not close myself off so much. Just like try and let it out in a more constructive way. So I don't know if that works as an answer, but that's what I got.
And
That's what
is
I
that
got.
like when it comes to like if you're feeling down about like what numbers you're getting or the success for like streaming and YouTube and stuff like that, are you trying to incorporate that where you go to people and talk to them about like your struggles with that as well? Or do you have other like
Big time.
mechanisms for that? Big time, yeah.
Big time. Like, to be honest, one of my main struggles now is like the whole numbers thing, like getting depressed when it's lower than it had been, being like, oh, my averages were up a few weeks ago and now it's so much further down, or like losing followers, which it always leaves me like, what did I do wrong? And then there's just like all of it together, it just gives me this sense that I'm not good enough, which is just this old feeling that I've had for a really long time. And it keeps nagging me. It like takes different forms, but it's always the same rain clouds over my head. So yes, I've definitely been trying to rely on others when I can't handle it myself.
What is something or some things that you wish that you could change within the VTuber community?
This is going to be kind of awkward because I'm kind of guilty of it myself, but
Okay.
I would honestly say one of the big ones is people comparing themselves to other VTubers, because like, geez, you're not the other person, and it's going to be different for every single person. Everyone has their own journey that they must walk along, and everyone has their own path that they need to take. Basically, everyone's got their own journey. Everyone's got their own stuff to deal with. And like that person, even though they may have like tens or hundreds of thousands more followers than you do, maybe they're going through some shit. Like maybe they're just as unhappy for some reason because they've got their own thing going on. But like it's one of those deals. Just be happy with where you are and who you are and all that. And I am speaking to myself like just as much as any of y'all out there. So yeah, like that is definitely a big one. And it's one of those things like, if you're a big VTuber, enjoy being big and strong and powerful. If you're a small VTuber, well, enjoy being able to have one-on-one interactions with people, because big VTubers don't get that usually.
Now we have some questions from the community for you. Are you ready?
Yay! Yay! Let's go!
Do you prefer head pats or hugs?
why not both? I prefer all of the above. I love.
Do you have any tips for up and coming VTubers?
What I would say is persistence.
Mm-hmm.
Persistence is key. Like you have got to keep at it. Like we touched on earlier, yes, there's gonna be times that you're at a low. Yes, there's gonna be times that it looks like the progress is going backwards. Like not everything's gonna be fun and it's not gonna be easy. You're gonna be up at like midnight interacting with your community, planning your streams, doing various stuff. Like you're gonna be tired, you're gonna be hungry, you're gonna be discouraged about the numbers. Stick with it because growth does not just happen overnight. Like it does happen. Like it's a back and forth. It keeps going. It keeps going and like gradually inching its way upward. And it's super fun to watch it grow. And when it's not, then just be like, it's gonna happen again. Because it will. And you will do fine. The other thing is consistency. There are people that have literally thousands of followers that only get like 7 or 8 people to show up to their streams. And the reason for that is because they are not consistent. They don't have a stream schedule or they don't consistently stream. Streaming is what I do. Basically, however, another thing, stream schedules, cross-linking your media, and like all that kind of stuff. Like, you need people to be able to find you. You need them to be able to know when you're streaming. Like, you can't just expect them to randomly know when you're going to stream.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't work that way, homie. Like, that's just all there is to it. So basically, communication, consistency, persistence. If you can learn to do all that, then you're gonna be fine.
It's pretty clear who the answer to this is, but if you could collab with any VTuber or VTubers, who would they be?
I will say this: I have many lovely friends within the Vtuber community, and to be entirely honest, I do love every one of you. I tried to make a hand heart, but I kind of failed. And to be honest, I would be absolutely down to communicate or to collab with any of you. Like, and yes, to commune with you as well. So we can all be friends, and I would love to do that.
Would Silver Veil be the only big VTuber that you would want to collaborate with, or are there other ones that you would really like to eventually as well?
My thing still stands that if pretty much literally anyone asks to collab with me, I will be like, yay! So to be honest, yes. However, I will say this. I do think it would be fun to collab with Callie because she is amazing and very motivational. I also think it would be fun to collab with Mouse or Fruit. All I can say is never get me together with the honors because the world would probably explode. As far as bigger people that we know, to be honest, I would someday love to be able to collab with Rose Noir. She is amazing and somebody that I recently discovered.
Do you play any characters on stream or intentionally emphasize specific parts of your personality? Kind of thing.
I'll put it this way, like I do like kind of roleplay when it comes to my lore and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, but as far as my my personality goes, I'm mostly just me. However, I do get quite a bit hyper in the presence of others because I am just like, that's another thing about me. I am just really, really eager to please people and just really, really will put on a show if I feel like anyone is watching. Usually I'm basically the same as I am, and as you know, however, just much, much more chilled out. usually.
Okay. Cool.
Also a lot quieter. Like when I don't, there's not many people around, or when I don't know people, I get very shy and like tend to be very quiet.
Same. Why did you choose a 3D model over a 2D model, and would you ever become 2D in the future?
If I can be entirely real with you, like I did not even know live 2D
Was
was a thing until until I started making my own
Your 3D.
avatar, and then I was just kind of like, I was like, that's a thing. I just kept modeling.
All right, cool.
And basically, like, as for would I ever be live 2D in the future, my goal is to stay a 3D for like stay 3D primarily because I like it that I can input it into VR chat and some other things. That said, I would not be opposed to being 2D for like certain events or
like going
just
between here and
various various fun times, various on screen here or there, maybe various outfits or stuff like that. So yeah.
What type of games are your favorite ones to play?
I really like visual novels. Like the dating sim visual novels, the rom-com ones. Like nothing weird, just like fun ones. I really like action games and like shooter games because like one of my earliest experiences with gaming was Halo. So I mean, of course that's gonna leave an impact on me. I also really like horror games. And even though I'm terrible at them and I get scared fairly easily, like I still like them. And they're still a lot of fun. And I mean, who doesn't like 4 straight hours of me panicking, screaming, and then accidentally walking off a ledge and dying?
True. In general, how would you categorize what kind of content you produce?
I would categorize it more or less as a variety streamer. I mean, I've streamed like several various genres and series and such like that. So I mean, I'd say that's fairly variety.
Ending question. What are your socials for the ladies and gentlemen at home?
My socials?
Yes.
My socials? Ah, okay, well, I got, primarily Twitter is the best way to reach me. And that is at Shiro _ Vtbr. Same thing for YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. Same thing for Twitch as well. I also have a Twitch. Well, clearly. Like, yes.
Yeah.
You can find me in all of those places. You can also find me on Instagram under the same thing, and Twitch and Twitter and things of that sort. My Discord is posted, so if you want to join my lovely crew and be part of my Discord, then I would highly encourage you to do so. Can I say something to the audience before
Go ahead.
before I go?
Go ahead.
Yes. Yes. I've been given the mic. I've been given
You
power.
got the power.
Excellent. I have power. Okay. So this one thing that I must tell you guys is for all you viewers at home, like actually it's not one thing, it's 2 things. And those 2 things that I must tell you is number one, make sure to follow Lisa because she is amazing and wonderful and beautiful. And she do give good head pats. So follow her and make sure to commission her too because she makes good models.
This was Vtuber Talks with Acapelisa. Thank you for joining me, Shiro.
Bye! Bye, all you lovely people. Bye! I love you. I love you all.
And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys!
Oh my gosh, I want to see if I can put my hand on the table. No, dang it! I keep forgetting it's a set.
Yeah.
Dang it! Did
First,
I glitch out?
a little.
Am I okay?
Yeah, you're good now.
develop dyslexia? A little bit about myself?
Yes.
Okay. I
Talk about
So-
Shiro.
me.
Mhm.
Yes. Good. I am
Your alternate names. I'm curious what they were, but I'm also worried about what they are. Cause you lewd. Cause you lewd.
my ultimate wait, what do you mean? Lisa, when you see this face, does this look good to you?
Yes.
Does this look good to you?
Yes.
Well, no. Fair. I don't see nothing, boss.
I'm about to ask the question. Let me ask the question.
Alright. No, I'm pixelating.
Yeah, you are pixelating. Yo, interwebs. Yo, interwebs is dying. Wait, just wait. Okay, wait. You're getting back to normal, I think. Slowly. Okay, you're good.
I'm normal, I promise. I'm normal.
Debatable.
True.
Debatable.
Yeah, like half of my streams are just people walking in and then just looking around and asking themselves, what the heck
is
just happened here?
Yeah, why am I here? What's happening?
Yeah, and then me just running after them like, wait, why are you running away? Just gathering up people like this terrifying little fox android spider just crawling out of a hole going like,
that's graphic. That's very graphic.
You were mine. Come with me and you will see this nice world of pure imagination. Some of my special talents and skills, being lewd. But okay.
You're real ones, come on.
I can also rap. Super well. Don't question that.
Go.
Because it's not.
I need a sample.
True,
come on.
But
I need a sample. Come on. Come on.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay. I'll put it this way. I wish I could rap very well.
Okay, that's
I
better.
wish I could rap very well.
Called out your BS. Got jelly on.
I like bread.
I had
Bread is
jelly
good.
on.
Oh
What just
my
happened?
gosh! Let me do it, Lisa. Let me do it. You have to let me do it.
Do what?
You made me excited. Okay, watch this. Watch this. This is gonna be good.
Thank you.
This is gonna be good. Jelly-filled donuts are great. Jelly-filled are my favorite. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut.
At least make it a Japanese donut, which is like that, like a bowl of dough. At least.
Yes. I think those are called dongo.
Something like that.
But like little round balls that you get on a stick, and you can like eat them off one by one sensually, or like
or just normally. There's that option
too.
Yeah,
normally. You can eat them normally. You can do that. Yes, you can.